Brittani Stapleton, we truly understand that you are currently navigating an incredibly difficult and deeply painful situation, one that no one should ever have to face alone. However, this message serves as a direct and heartfelt appeal for you to carefully reconsider your public defense of your husband, Joshua Stapleton, in light of the serious circumstances surrounding his case. Joshua has already pleaded guilty to 20 felony counts of sexual exploitation of children, a stark and undeniable truth that carries immense legal weight and brings about devastating, life-altering consequences for everyone involved. These are far from minor offenses. They represent heinous acts that deliberately inflict severe, profound, and often irreversible trauma on innocent young victims who deserve protection and justice. Your public statements of unwavering support, while they may stem from a place of personal loyalty and love, can unfortunately and inadvertently send a deeply painful and confusing message to these brave survivors who are still healing. In essence, such support might unintentionally imply to them that their immense suffering is somehow secondary or less important, or that the undeniable severity of these horrific crimes could ever be seen as negotiable or downplayed in any way. Victims of child sexual exploitation frequently endure long-lasting psychological trauma, which can manifest in conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic anxiety, severe depression, and other mental health challenges that affect every aspect of their lives. In addition to these emotional struggles, they often grapple with issues such as substance abuse as a coping mechanism, deep-seated trust problems with others, and significant difficulties in forming and maintaining healthy, supportive relationships throughout their adulthood. Tragically, self-harm behaviors and recurring suicidal thoughts become all too common outcomes for many of these survivors, highlighting the urgent need for comprehensive care and understanding from society. The overwhelming shame and intense self-blame that these victims carry with them are heavy, unjust burdens that no child or person should ever have to shoulder, yet they persist without proper intervention and empathy. Furthermore, the persistent fear of those abusive images or videos being widely distributed online or elsewhere creates an immense, ongoing anxiety for survivors, acting as a constant, looming threat that shadows their daily existence and sense of safety. Beyond the deeply personal toll on individuals, these crimes impose broader social and economic costs on communities, severely impacting victims' ability to function in everyday life, pursue their education effectively, and secure stable future employment opportunities. Thankfully, there are vital and accessible resources available specifically designed to help survivors, such as the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, known as NCMEC, which provides essential reporting, prevention, and support services. Similarly, RAIN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, stands ready to offer crucial emotional support, immediate crisis intervention hotlines, and expert legal assistance to guide survivors through their recovery and justice-seeking processes. It is absolutely imperative that all victims fully understand and assert their legal right to seek restitution for the harms they've endured, ensuring that justice is not only pursued, but also meaningfully achieved in the aftermath of such violations. We must also acknowledge the profound and ripple effect impact that these convictions have on the families of incarcerated individuals, including overwhelming shock, deep feelings of shame, and significant alterations to once stable family dynamics and routines. Wives like yourself, in particular, often face immense emotional stress from the upheaval, compounded by the potential loss of household income and the sudden shift in roles and responsibilities within the family unit. Importantly, a variety of support services and professional counseling options are readily available to help families navigate these challenging and heartbreaking circumstances, offering tools to rebuild and cope effectively. Brittani, we recognize that your personal situation is undoubtedly complex and multifaceted, filled with conflicting emotions, but the undeniable severity of Joshua's crimes simply cannot be understated or overlooked in any discussion. Even indirectly defending or justifying such grave acts through public statements can inadvertently perpetuate the harmful cycle of silence, denial, and further pain for victims who desperately need validation and acknowledgement. Therefore, we strongly urge you to reach out and seek the necessary support for yourself right now, to thoughtfully process the harsh reality of these convictions, and to genuinely prioritize your own mental and emotional well-being moving forward. More importantly than anything else, we implore you to deeply reconsider the far-reaching impact that your current public stance could have on the countless innocent victims of child sexual exploitation across the country and beyond. Remember that their individual healing journeys are inherently long, challenging, and arduous, requiring patience and time, and that every supportive voice in society truly matters when it comes to openly acknowledging and validating their profound pain and resilience. Please, in this critical moment, make a conscious choice to distance yourself entirely from any defense or justification of these heinous acts, allowing space for reflection and growth. Let your future actions clearly reflect a sincere commitment to the well-being and protection of all victims, while also demonstrating a firm and unequivocal condemnation of such devastating crimes against children. Ultimately, this represents a pivotal moment for profound personal reflection, empathy, and a deliberate choice to stand firmly and compassionately with those who have been so unjustly harmed and forever changed by these events.